Hello and welcome back to the GB Fantasy Football channel. In today's video, it's going to be a Matchday 4 round of 16 team selection video where we're going to be looking at those teams to target, teams that we should be avoiding at all costs, and those players who we're going to be picking up the best points possible and potentially trying to find those differentials under the 5% mark. If you do like today's video, please do thumbs it up, it'd be greatly appreciated, and do drop a subscribe on the channel. We're inching closer and closer to that magic 50 mark, making good progress. We'll see where this channel can go in the future. But without further ado, let's crack on with the video. Before we get into the wild card for the round of 16, there is obviously unlimited transfers for this round, so you will not be able to use your wild card, unfortunately. So, what is the best chip to use this round, if you've got any left, that is? Personally, I have the 12th man, not 12th man, the max captaincy, and of course the booster chip that came in for the knockout round, the mystery chip that was. The mystery chip enables you to have 2+ points for every player that goes through into the next round when you activate the chip. Obviously, the max captain gives you the most amount of points for your player in that game week. So if you've got a right back that scores 18 points and you've got the captaincy on your striker, it will default to the player with the most points. Personally, I believe I will be playing the bonus points chip this round. I think with the way that I've got my wild card set up for the round of 16, I could potentially get 22 points out of this, the max, the most that you can possibly get. 2 points a player. I do think that I can get a starting 11 of players that can make it through to the quarterfinals. For that reason, I'm going to see punting it on my team, hopefully to boost myself up the ranks a little bit further, because quite frankly, my wildcard going into Matchday 3 was a bit of a disaster. Only 41 points, 6 players didn't even make the squad. Triple Chelsea were all no-shows. So it's time to pull back the ranks and see what we can salvage from the remaining games going into the knockout rounds. Of course, with the other fantasy games just around the corner. Booster chip is active, and this is the team on the screen as you can see it. I'll be looking to my side for reference to keep the team and the squad flowing, but these are the 15 players in question. Only 2 players under that 5% selection mark. We'll get to them when we go through the team, of course, but with the stage of the competition and the amount of teams that have now dropped out, those 5% differentials are extremely hard to come by. There will, of course, be a few diamonds in the rough, and if you find them yourself, congratulations, because it's very, very tricky at the moment. I'm still going to be searching until the deadline ends tomorrow. This team is obviously subject to change. Any team news that we get beforehand will be great to mold the team into what I need it to, but this is what I've set on at the minute. In goal, we've got Robert Sanchez. He is currently one of the only players, but one of only 2, I should say, under that 5% mark. Chelsea playing Benfica. It's a difficult fixture, but this is more looking towards their quarter-final game. I know we've got, I believe, is it 4 or 5 transfers going into the next stage of the competition. But with him being under 5%, I think from the 5 teams that have got the favourable fixture in this round, he is the only one currently under 5%. Courtois, well above it. You've got Donnarumma, well above it. And then you've got the Manchester City goalkeeper, who is also above it. Manuel Neuer fitting into that category as well. So Robert Sanchez, he offers a lot of potential. I think he might even get some save points in this round as well. 4 points is all we need to get into that 6-point mark as well for that bonus section. The other goalkeeper, Weatherton of Palmeiras. Now he is a good option, 4.9 million, I believe, and it gives me a captaincy option in that first game against Botafogo. It probably won't stay on him. In fact, it more than likely definitely won't stay on him. But to have a first captaincy option in that very first fixture as well is a nice little bonus leading into the next round. And with him playing first and Robert Sanchez playing second, it enables me to move the goalkeeper's position on. English sometimes it's difficult to move the goalkeeper position on to perhaps one that's more of a premium asset. 5 defenders that I've gone for this week are extremely strong, both defensively and offensively. We've gone for double PSG. We've got a bonus point differential potential under 5% with a Dortmund pick. We've then got 8 Nori, Manchester City's flying wingback, one to look out for future fantasy games as well, specifically FPL. And then we've also got, who is it, I believe, Anton, 8 Nori, Hakimi, Dumfries, Nuno Mendes. That's the back five. It's good. It's really, really good. Both flying fullbacks from PSG. Favourable fixture in the first one. Potentially Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals if they make it that far. You then got Denzel Dumfries playing Fluminense. He missed the first 2 games with injury. He came back in the third fixture against River Plate, got the clean sheet. We know what he can do from that wing-back role. I think he's a must-have, really. We've then got Anton. He is my second player under 5%, only 4.6 million. Of course, you could go for the wing-backs, but being Biani and Anton are currently under that 5% mark. And with them playing Monterrey from Mexico, I do believe the clean sheet potential is very much there. It could be a 9-pointer just for the clean sheet alone. So for that reason, he makes the team. And as I've just said about 8 Nori, if you've watched him since he's come into that Man City team, he's basically playing left wing in a 3-5-2 formation. A lot of stuff is going through him. Assist potential. He had a few shots on target in that final game against Juventus. He is one to look out for in all formats. So for that reason, he's going to definitely make the squad this week. 5 in midfield consist of a few template picks and a few different choices, let's say. We've got Michael Elise of Bayern Munich. He is definitely a player that will be in pretty much everybody's draft leading into the knockout round. He's been one of the players of the tournament. Unfortunately, he was benched in that third group game. Took me by surprise a little bit, can't lie, but just means he's fresh going into the round of 16. Then got Enzo Fernandez playing against Benfica, his old club. A couple of assists in the last fixture. He has been Chelsea's prime scorer for points in this competition. Personally, I don't feel the need to get that extra 3 or so million for Cole Palmer. Since the turn of the year, Cole Palmer has very much been a disappointment on the fantasy games. So Enzo Fernandez offers a little bit more value for money, in my opinion. The 2 PSG assets, we've got Kvaratskhelia, once again, scored a deflected goal in that third group game. And then we've also got Vitinha. Now, I've not gone for Doué in this selection or Dembele. If Dembele's fit, he might cause a rejig of this squad. But Vitinha makes the team. He got the assist in the last one with the deflected shot that actually hit Kvaratskhelia and went in. He's one that can pick up a few tackles. He's definitely nowhere near that bonus point 5% differential mark anymore. However, with him being on penalties, I do think he is a fantastic option for that price as well, especially with PSG's favourable fixture. And then we've got Bellingham, not Jude, it is Job. He's been very much a decent scorer in this competition so far. He's playing in one of the 10 positions, the number 10 position that is, behind Guirassy up front. It's normally Brandt, you got Adeyemi, but it seems like Bellingham has made the role his own. He's getting goals, he's getting assists. He was under that 5% mark, but I think people have found out with his price, with the effect that he's having on the team, and with Dortmund potentially playing Real Madrid in the quarterfinal, but in this one playing Monterrey, I feel like goals could be had. I mean, if it wasn't good for Guirassy missing 3 or 4 absolute sitters the other day, I think a lot more eyes would be on that Dortmund team. And for that reason, he's made the team as well. There's 3 up front. We've got a couple of template picks and one slightly off from the main section. We've got Erling Haaland. Now he's playing against a very poor Al Hilal team. I expect Man City to score an awful lot of goals in this fixture. Personally, I would look at Jeremy Doku, but I just can't see who's going to be nailed in those wing roles. Phil Foden is another that I've seen in quite a few teams. I'd love to have him. If someone will give me the Man City team right this minute and tell me who's in that starting lineup, I'd pick them 100%. I'd find a way to make them in this team, even if it meant only going 3 PSG assets. But that's not the case. Arlen will play this fixture. He came off the bench, scored a goal, looked very, very dangerous against Juventus. He looks like he's got that bite back in him, that fighting spirit that was lacking a little bit last season, specifically in the second half of the season. and we know what Haaland can do. Dangerous in all kinds of situations, especially Man City on that side of the draw as well. Chelsea, Man City assets, even Inter Milan to some extent. Very good picks. We've then got Harry Kane playing Fluminense. Now, he might walk into PSG in the next round, but we will only play what's in front of us. Kane, we know he has those assist potentials when he's on the ball, that is, playing it forward, getting runners in behind. And of course, we don't even need to talk about his goal scoring capabilities on penalties. I can see Bayern Munich putting a few past the team in question, a few past is it Flamengo? Flamengo, my apologies, not Fluminense, playing Flamengo. I think Bayern Munich could score 2 or 3 in this game quite easily. And then we've got Liam Delap of Chelsea, a tricky fixture against Benfica, but in that final group game, he took his goal exceptionally well. Obviously, Nicholas Jackson in this fixture, in this round, I should say, is suspended, so there's no doubt that Delap will play. And I do think Delap has a lot to prove. He's going to look dangerous. He's going to be okay, and for 6 million, this is a position that could change. Personally, I'd love a Lautaro Martinez in this spot. I've tried to shift it around. I tried to take maybe Dumfries out because I'd like a captaincy option for this one, maybe lower him a little bit in value, trying to find that 4.8. I was thinking of Fran Garcia at Real Madrid to replace him with, so I could get Martinez into this front line. It just wasn't meant to be, unless some differential comes out of nowhere that's really cheap and less than 5% that I can shift this team around. This will be the front three going into the round of 16. And that concludes today's round of 16 final draft video. Now, personally, I've quite enjoyed the lack of pressure when it comes to this Club World Cup fantasy game. Trying a few things differently compared to the FPL side of things in the Sun Dream team makes a pleasant change in this off-season whilst we're waiting for those new games to pop up, which shouldn't be long now. But the Club World Cup fantasy game itself, the subbing in aspect, the different captaincy, it really does bring a lot to games that I haven't played before, and it's all a learning curve along the way. If you have liked today's video, please do drop a thumbs up. As I said at the start of the video, hit the subscribe button. We're closing in on 50, and with everything still to come and around the corner, there'll be drafts, everything. We're going to be targeting those differentials, seeing what teams in the new season have got all the fantastic transfers coming through the door to spice up the 2025-26 Premier League season and all the European competitions that is as well. The socials are in the description below. I've got TikTok, we've got Instagram, we've got X. Go check it out. Engaging your guys and girls' opinion on all things football related. Seeing who potentially line up and do some good stuff in the coming seasons ahead. So thank you very much for watching. You'll be seeing me in a new video very soon.